from the team called the morning steam. It's time to break one for cover. That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott. Sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
All right, everyone, and good morning to you. This is Ramon Scott coming to you from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. Welcome to the Morning Steam Show for Tuesday, March 25th. We've got a nice sports betting day ahead of us, including action from the NBA, NHL, and some college basketball. And we're going to get this show started, unfortunately, with a little bit of breaking news. All right, not necessarily breaking news, but certainly late last night, so I'm sure everyone knows by now, but just a unfortunate, devastating injury last night in the NCAA tournament to one of the top players in all of college basketball. Really heartbreaking, you guys, really tough to even think about it and watch it again as USC star Juju Watkins basically blew up her knee last night in that first quarter of the game against Mississippi State. The Trojans led at the time 13-2, and Watkins driving down against a couple of players just really stepped wrong. Yeah, it was a little bit of tough defense in there, but her knee buckled, gave way. She tore two ligaments in her knee and will, of course, miss the remainder of the season and put her on a long-term timetable here for her return or whatever her future holds after this injury last night. USC went on to win big in their game against Mississippi State, but really, really heartbreaking to see. One of the top players in the game, absolutely devastating knee injury last night. Watkins is lost for the season in the NCAA tournament. So that does hurt USC's chances, certainly, even though they look very, very good. They're going to need one of the best stars in the game, and they won't have. Juju Watkins lost for the season last night on that fast break layup against Mississippi State last night. So just in case you cashed out, went to bed early and didn't see that incident there, Watkins out for this season for the Trojans. All right, good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining me here on the Morning Steam. We'll talk other basketball as well, including the game that, well, Jimmy Bucket says it's just another game tonight when the Golden State Warriors take on the Miami Heat tonight, and maybe one of the NBA features, certainly. We got several games on the ice, big card in the NHL tonight, and we'll preview also those games in the CBI and CBA tonight. 4 games in college basketball. We're ramping up here on Tuesday with the start of the Major League Baseball season on Thursday. Can't wait for that. We got we'll be resuming the men's tournament as well at that time. So it's going to be a big weekend here. Also today, we'll have our UFC preview for UFC Mexico City. Today as I'll be joined by VB and his special guest for the preview for UFC Mexico City. Tijuana's Brandon Moreno taking on Australian Steve Ursig in a flyweight bout with top 8 contenders this Saturday from Mexico City. So we'll preview that card here today at 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific time today for VB MMA Picks. Please join us there. VB MMA Picks is sponsored by SXBet, the world's largest blockchain betting exchange. All right, let's take a look at some of those college games from last night, or maybe in the NCAA women's tournament. We did bring you a lot of winners, man. I'm clicking with the ladies here as we had some winners on the morning steam. Yeah, we rolled them early on, right, with those totals under in the Michigan State game and NC State game here last night, and also brought home some other winners with our VIP selections. Wasn't great with the VIPs, but we did have Maryland over Alabama in that classic last night, that double overtime thriller for Maryland. A terrific game. Maryland came back from 17 points down to beat the Crimson Tide and advance. And also, we did have the Connecticut Huskies to roll over South Dakota State last night, and hope you're really able to join me over there on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel as I roll the three-teamer on the ladies' side as we gave out LSU minus the points, South Dakota State and Connecticut game to go over, and we also gave out the USC Trojans over there for a 3-0 night. Really couldn't get anything going on the ice here last night. Not a great performance by me, certainly, on those 4 games. And, well, that New York Islanders game kind of cost us here with the Team Steam consensus there last night. Over in college basketball, we did have the winner here yesterday on the show with the Cleveland State Vikings as they rocked Queens College for a winner here on the show. And in the NBA, we did take care of business a little bit with some selections in there. We had the premium pick winner under Toronto and Washington game on this that's crazy, terrific schedule last night. We also had on the Morning Steam show, you had it, Team Steam consensus with the Dallas Mavericks over the Brooklyn Nets as the Mavericks rolled all over Brooklyn. I gave out the over in that game here on the show. We also had Chicago and Denver game to go over, and hope you guys weren't offended with my selection on my premium picks as I gave out the Chicago Bulls. Team Steam consensus was on the Nuggets last night, but no Jokic, no good. Denver actually led a lot of the game, but Chicago came back and kind of roll them there at the end for Jokic right now. And no necessarily timetable for his return. Looks like he could be out another week with those ankle issues right now for Denver. You want him healthy, though. So kind of maybe saw it coming a little bit here. Like I said, Denver, they're just jockeying for position a little bit. Also, we did have a winner here on the show with the Milwaukee Bucks and the Phoenix Suns game to go under. And you had it last night, Boston Celtics over the Clippers. You guys had the Celtics to roll against the Clippers. Team Steam consensus with the winner. That was some of the games from last night. Let's say hello to my friends in the chat all-stars. Hello, stars. As we get rolling here on a Tuesday. And thank you, everybody, for joining me here on the show as we have Joe T. They might change some of these conference tournaments to the Joe T. Invitational, the way these overs are coming down in these small conference tournaments. There's James Parham here today. Joe W. having a nice run in the tournament contest, our NCAA tournament picks. Irish King is here. Nice to see you today. And here's Perk in the chat. Hey, everyone. Here's my right-hand man, Thomas Lewis. Good morning, everyone. Like this video. Subscribe to our channel, Sports Money, here on YouTube, the fastest-growing sports betting channel on YouTube. Irish King talking winners from last night. Thomas is ready to go. He likes Incarnate Word there. In the action today. We're quickly whittling down these teams in those small tournaments here. And here is Bobby McCormick in the chat. Art Thompson's here. Hey, it can't be O caps without all caps. Sports money, baby. Good morning to my new Facebook friend. I was going through my once Mikey's my friend now. It's official. We're friends, Mikey. Hey, shout out to all my friends and family watching the show here on Facebook. Also, uh, let's see what else. Who else? Jim Casey. He's ready to talk Bulls basketball, but he's got to wait a couple days. He says. Our Tom's liked what the Tigers did last night. And who else is going to join us today? Hopefully, a great crew here. Thomas is going with all of his picks today here in the CBI tournament there and the NIT. And you got to welcome Ignatius Pennyfeather the seventh here. Thank you for being here today. And Blue said that was a lot of picks last night. A lot of picks. A lot of picks. Some say they might be the best picks. We won't stop here today. And I get all my picks in a group chat with some handicappers. Sometimes they have me in there. It's by accident. And I just end up seeing all the picks from all the sharps. It's kind of like those channels that the government can't get the reporters out of. All right, and Dougie Wise. Hi, Dougie. How you been? Nice to see you here. And he's got us play today. He likes the Pistons in the first half of their game against the Spurs here tonight. Good morning to Doubles as well here today. Thank you, Doubles. Doubles is ready for some baseball, I bet. All right, appreciate everyone here today. We'll get right to the show here in just a moment. But first, you can get my best plays over at winnable.com. I'm going to hopefully give you a bunch of free winners here in just a moment. But if you want more selections, more content from me, you can go to winnable.com/Ramon. This is where I give out my sports money premium plays. Nice way to support me here on the channel, and also gives you a chance to get more selections to help your capping, help hopefully stir you in the right direction. And if you're looking for more plays from me, go over to winnable.com/Ramon and use the promo code STEAM to save 20% off all premium pick packages. Like I said, this is how you can support me here on the channel. It's relatively inexpensive, just 56 cents a day when you subscribe for 1 month and use that promo code STEAM over at winnable.com. And we did come through last night. You can also sign up for free over there at Winnable and get free plays from me every day in various sports, kind of my peripheral sports a little bit when it comes to everyday action. You know, my best plays are certainly behind the paywall there a little bit, but I had a couple of winners last night. If you were able to join me, wake and win in the KBO, as we had 2 plays in action here from the Korean Baseball Association. They opened the season this week, and we did deal 2 winners here last night in the KBO, as we had just finished a little while ago. The Samsung Lions, they were blowouts. We laid the run line in both games, one easy, Kia over Kaiwoom, and Samsung over NC Dinos for a couple of wake and win winners in the KBO. So make sure you're checking me out over at winnable.com and get some more plays every day. Thank you, everybody, for listening to that. And again, that's how you support me. If you want me to keep coming back and maybe do shows with you every day, that might be a good idea to join the groups here. We've got nearly 50 people signed up to the paid packages. Like I said, I'm getting rich. Thank you, guys. I mean, 56 cents a day, and I've got nearly 50 people. You do the math and see how much I'm making on this show. Hey, no disrespect. I mean, I really do appreciate everybody. I'm kidding, of course. I really do appreciate that. It just helps. It bought a nice. I was in the chat with the guys, and they were. Mikey said it was National Cheesesteak Day, and he showed a review of Gritty, the Flyers mascot, harassing Dave Portnoy on one of his pizza reviews, and that sent me into a going down and getting myself a New York pizza. So a New York style pizza last night. So thanks, Mike. Tried a new place here in town and was pretty stoked by it. So, all right, let's see what else is going on here today. Say hello to a few more people here and get our show started. Also, big day today in tennis action, just about to start here in about 90 minutes from Miami. Great action on the men's side. We saw last night. Had to tip my hat to Jeff M. His favorite player beat my favorite player, although Danielle Collins did cover the game spread against Arena Sabalenka, but got some great matches on the women's side today, including Sabalenka and Qinwen Zhang. Jasmine Paolini. I don't know how I got it up because I like watching Paolini. I'm watching a replay here. Not much going on this morning, unless you like a little bit of soccer action. There is some World Cup qualifiers again today. We've already seen some matches just finish up, including Australia over China 2-0. Jordan beat South Korea. No, Jordan South Korea. South Korea 1-1 tie, and Saudi Arabia and Japan was scoreless. We got games coming up here in about 15 minutes with Qatar and Kyrgyzstan, Bahrain and Indonesia, and then several more games going off at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific. If you like international soccer, pretty fun day today. Lots of games, lots of games. When I say lots of games, there are lots and lots of games. Nearly 24 games today in World Cup qualifying. There's also CONCACAF Gold Cup tonight here on this side of the globe. All right, let's say hello to a few more and get the show going here and see what's going on. And Jim loves his Bulls. He can't stop. And let's see here. Also, the Wimp is here. Nice to have you here, the Wimp. Maybe Wimp Sanderson. Who remembers Wimp Sanderson here? I see Nate Oates. He kind of wears the jackets in honor of Wimp a little bit, it looks like. All right. And let's see who else and get ready to go here. Jerry Davis. Nice to see Jerry Davis here today. Sports Money. Justin's here. And he's also talking here a little bit of that soccer action that I just mentioned. Johnny here talking Cleveland State tonight against Florida Gulf Coast Credit Union. And Jerry talking, you guys are talking Mike sent that little funny, but then I was like, man, I really miss a good New York pizza, the thin, if you know what I mean, because once you see Dave, you know the rules, one bite, and I had to go find a new place. So, all right. Get ready to go start the show and see what we got here today. We're going to go right to the NBA and take a look at our 8-game card here today. And thank you, everybody, for joining me. Let's start off here right now with the Spurs taking on the Pistons here. Big number here today with the Pistons. Maybe they're not 10 points better than a lot of teams here at this point, but the Spurs here, maybe they are with Pistons minus 10. The total here, 235. Update that one there and get going here with Detroit in this one. They are coming off of a win, but they got to stop. The Spurs are coming a little bit hot right now with a 3-game winning streak coming into this one. They beat Toronto, Philadelphia, and the Knicks here for this 3-game winning streak. The Spurs were actually, favored in 2 of those games. They were even favored at that game against Toronto the other night for Detroit. They came in off of a win over New Orleans, but they have failed to cover in 3 straight games. The Pistons have had actually a little bit of trouble covering some of these numbers here of late. 3-6-1 against the spread in their last 10 games overall for San Antonio, just 14-20 against the spread. on the road this season. Coming into this one, the two teams did meet back on February 21st. It was Detroit winning the game 125 to 110 on the road. The Pistons did get the better of that one as well. Let's see what you guys want to do here with this one between the Spurs and the Pistons. We get your plays here in the chat. You know what to do if you've never joined us and want to participate. Enter in your plays in the chat. We'll flash them on the screen, and you'll be the star of the show here. Put me on some winners. The Spurs have lost 10 straight games, or I'm sorry, 8 straight games on the road. Win coming in off of a win. This has been a favorite dominated series for sure. 12 of the last 13 meetings between these two teams have been won by the favorite, but a little bit of a price here for sure with Detroit in this one. But let's see what you've got here. San Antonio has gone over in 4 straight games on the road. They've gone over in 7 of their last 10 overall, 19 and 14 to the over on the road. Let's see what you have. San Antonio and Detroit kicks us off here this morning. And here we go with the Pistons going with the team total over here in this one. And that's it from you guys. Maybe not a great game here with these two teams. Look, if you look at right now, certainly in the standings, you've got to consider Detroit inside that playoff bubble for sure. Like I said, in the Eastern Conference, you have the 6 teams that are, already into the postseason, and they're likely to keep that position. So Detroit can gain certainly on teams like Milwaukee, maybe even Indiana here moving forward. They're not likely to fall out of the top 6. So maybe a little bit lacking in motivation, especially if you have to get a big-time cover like this. San Antonio's not eliminated yet, but they'd really have to keep this win streak going here right now. So if anything, they have the motivation here, but they've got to overcome a 10-point deficit, to a 10-point spread here today for the Spurs. Stephon Castle, he is questionable here today with knee soreness, and Cade Cunningham is also on the injured list with the calf injury. Hardaway is questionable as well. Thank you, Gorky, for your tennis play here today. He says, he's got a 2-teamer here with Dimitrov. That one goes off here in just about 90 minutes from now against Nakashima. And then he says team that up with Casper Ruud against Cerundolo. Good morning to sub as well. All right, not much from you guys. So I just got to make the call here, I guess, in this one. And I'm going to go ahead and take Detroit, though, to get a blowout win here tonight against the Spurs. Give me the Pistons. I'll lay the big points against San Antonio. All right, next up, the Magic will take on the Hornets here in this one. Hey, we got to still include these guys right now. I think you can, give Orlando a chance here to stay in the playoff picture. They're in that second group in the Eastern Conference where they're probably in the play-in and probably not going to change too much here. Right now sitting in 8th place. Currently, they're favored on the road here by 5.5. And the total in this one is 212.5. It might be up to 5.5 here at some spots right now for Orlando. They have 2 straight coming into this one. Wins over the Lakers and the Wizards. They've been on a little bit of a streak covering numbers here right now for sure. They've covered 4 out of their last 5. They're 22 and 17 against the spread as a favorite. Interesting to note with Orlando, they are sub 500 against the spread on the road at 16 and 20. Charlotte's been a terrific dog for sure. Still give them a little bit of credit for their point spread success at 34 and 26 against the spread as an underdog coming into this one. Charlotte, though, here you got a kind of a divisional game. They really aren't very good in these, in any game at all. But they've lost 14 of their last 15 division games. That's actually where they've had more trouble. I mean, they got a dismal record, of course, but 5 of the last 6 meetings between these two teams in Charlotte have gone under. Charlotte's been a big time under this season, 10-25 to the under at home, 22-41 to the under as a dog. Orlando, 15-21 to the under on the road, and 14-25 to the under as a favorite. Orlando has covered against Charlotte in 11 of the last 12 meetings when the Magic has been favored. The two teams met back on February the 12th, and it was 102-86. In that one, it was won by the Magic. They covered 13 points at home in that one. They also covered in the first 2 meetings as well with double-digit victories. They've really crushed the Hornets so far this season. So let's see what you might have in this one when the Hornets host the Magic here tonight. Let's go to the chat. And let's see what we got. We've got, here's you guys catching up here a little bit. Sorry about that. If I went too fast on that first game. Here's Justin with some props, and here's Ziggy likes Pistons against the number here. And Justin says he's got the Magic tonight on the road to keep it going. Thomas is on the Magic here. R. Thompson's on the Magic. Blue says Hornets team total under. Here's Ziggy. He's going to give a little bit of got to take the Hornets sometime here. Maybe this is the spot for the Hornets. It actually feels like to me that maybe this is the spot, but I don't want to. Chat's going to be pretty much on this favorite here. I don't know if I'm going to be compelled to go against them necessarily. Let's keep looking here. Gravy's here. Hello to Gravy. And Jerry says, you got these teams that might be bad on the back-to-back. What do you do when both teams are on a back-to-back? Can you take them here? We saw, of course, the Hornets get good win last night over the Lakers. Good for the Magic. I'm sorry, the Magic there over the Lakers last night. If anything, I mean, a crazy thing in that game, right? The Hornets, the Magic were nailing all those 3-pointers for sure in that game. 15 3-pointers against the Lakers. Lakers led by 9, but the Magic outscored the Lakers 34 to 18, I think it was, in the third period there last night to offset the combined 56 points of Luka and LeBron last night. So for the Hornets, they lost to Miami 122-105, and they haven't been covering numbers here right now. Definitely some struggles here again for the Hornets. Let's go here, see if any more. And let's see here. Terrell, nice to see you in the chat today. Good to have you here. Talking about those college games last night. All right. Robert here also wants to take a shot here with Charlotte. Maybe I could try Charlotte here with you guys. Look, I know the perception is under. We did have the over last night in the Lakers game. Maybe this one could be different. Let's see here. And Mikey's got some of his numbers here. I'm not sure I can even interpret it. 22-2, winning 7 straight. Teams up home win now a favorite with the total. I know Mike was probably just typing it kind of quickly there. I'm not sure I'm interpreting it totally, but Mikey will probably have you covered on his show tonight. Blues on the Hornets as well. There's some nice Hornets action there from you guys all of a sudden. Some people do want to try the Hornets here today. So Okay, just make it easy on me, right? Like he's got the magic to smash here in this one. I'm not so sure. I'll heed the advice, and I'm going to go a little bit contrarian again. I'm going to go over tonight with Orlando and Charlotte, and it's probably 212.5 for the most part. All right, next up here today is, well, I would say, even though we might be able to find a game, I don't know if we will find a game better than this. Probably the. I don't mean it in the sense of trying to. There really isn't a marquee matchup. Probably the Cavs and the Blazers, but can't help but not to ignore the undertones of the matchup here tonight with the Warriors and the Heat. Jimmy Buckets returns to Miami tonight. Miami is coming in off of a win, but it'll be all about Jimmy here tonight. And I would imagine it's not going to be a rousing applause when Butler takes the court here in this one against the Warriors here, but nonetheless, you have a Miami team right now that is playing okay here against the spread. We know they were on that big time losing streak. I've kind of said I want to stick with this team. I want to keep trying them here. They've cost me some money, no doubt here, but all of a sudden I've been rewarded a little bit of late as Miami's kind of on a little 3-game cover streak anyway. They beat Charlotte the other night 122 to 105 for the Warriors here. They're off a loss to Atlanta 124-115 on the road as they got blown out in the first game of this road trip here. Right now the current line is at 5 and 2. It might be down here to 217. Do a little update here, I think. Maybe gone down a point or so. All right, we get your opinions on this one here with the Warriors and the Heat. Really, Miami, they've had a little bit of a tough schedule when they were losing those games, but still no excuse. This team has not picked it up like I thought they would. Golden State's really good in this role. They've covered the spread in 9 of their last 10 games. When coming in off of a loss, these two teams have gone under in 4 straight meetings. Warriors have gone just 3-6-1 in their last 10 games overall, but they are 19-15 against the spread on the road, and Miami just 15-18 against the spread as a dog. Golden State still, let's see here. Well, let's go to the chat here in this one. Golden State, they've, obviously been a very, very solid of late, winning 14 of their last 17 games right now coming into this one. That's been part of their surge here into the top 6. They lead the Clippers by a game for that number 6 spot right now. The Heat, they are going to make the playoffs. Pretty sure about that. They're in 10th place. Might finish last out of the playoff qualifiers, but they are currently 4.5 games clear, 5.5 games clear, I think, actually, of the Toronto Raptors. So let's go to the chat here in this one and see what you have between these two. For the last 5 meetings between the two clubs have gone under. They met back in January. Miami rocked on the road 114-98, but that was a little bit different, I think, back then. Miami's covered 9 of the last 13, but maybe we're starting over with these two a little bit. And let's go to the chat right now and see what you got here. All right. Oh, I'm scrolling way back here now with Blue went with the Hornets in that one. Oh, here we go. Gorky, he's has. Let's see. Let me find some plays from you guys here. Here we go. Our tops, I guess. Oh no, here Dimitri. Hi, Dimitri. Let me say hello. He's gone Golden State, and he likes Cleveland State tonight. Our tops is on the Warriors here. And Dimitri with some winners there yesterday. He says, Thomas is on Golden State here. Jermaine likes Golden State money line. Ziggy likes the Warriors against spread. Robert likes the Warriors as well. Everybody's on the Warriors because nobody likes the Miami Heat but me. So you guys are on a team Steam consensus play with with the Golden State. So I better pivot this one a little bit for me. I'll take the under here with Golden State and Miami tonight. You guys like the Warriors to rock, and I can't get off these Miami Heat, it feels like. So I'll go with under here in this one. Yeah, good point, Terrell. I think the way it unfolded, I'm not sure. I'd be very curious to see what happens tonight with Jimmy Bucket's introduction there. Johnny likes the Warriors as well. It's all about the Warriors today. And you think, obviously the motivation of Jimmy obviously playing a big part for you guys. I kind of think that he might be the type to cave in under the pressure a little bit. But all right, Johnny likes he likes the over in this one. I'm going with the under. The Mavericks will take on the Knicks tonight in this one. You got the Knicks favored by, I know it's not 8. The Knicks got steamed here a little bit overnight. They're minus 10 now, and the total here, 224.5. With the Knicks here, they've won 5 of their last 6 games at home coming into this one, although they have dropped 2 of their last 3 games. Overall, the Knicks did beat Washington last time out, 122-103. They got the money in that one to snap a 2-game losing streak. For Dallas, they've covered in 3 straight, despite losing last time out, get blown out at Brooklyn. 120-101 last time. Is that right? See if I got that right there with this one. Nonetheless, so these two teams did meet back in November. Dallas beat them again. Dallas owns this series for sure between these two teams right now. Trying to see how many in a row it's actually been here. It's been a couple years since New York has beaten Dallas. So let's go to the chat in this one. You guys can help me out a little bit. 7 of the last 8 meetings between these two teams in New York, 7 of the last 8 years. The game has gone under. Dallas has gone over in 5 straight. They've also gone over in 5 straight games on the road. They've gone over in 8 straight games overall. It's been a little bit of a discussion here about Dallas's poor defense, it feels right now, but they do kind of been hang in there on the road a little bit. So New York also has a weird winning these games on the front end of the back-to-back right now. So let's go to the chat, see what you have here with Dallas and the Knicks. Both teams are kind of subpar against the spread here currently, but there's no doubt Dallas right now with all these overs. The Knicks actually are an over team, but they've gone under in 7 of their last 10. They're 19-15, however, the over at home, and Dallas also 27-15 to the over as a dog. Let's go to the chat. And Ziggy will start us off. He's got the Knicks against the spread here. Justin says he likes the over in this one between Dallas and the Knicks. Our Tomps likes the Mavs here, plus those points with the kind of a good cover streak right now. And Jerry says maybe shouldn't have played the Lakers on Dwight Howard night at Orlando. I got Kelly B turned me on to that one a little bit, said, it is Dwight Howard night at Orlando. I said, what? They're giving away shirts to all girls 14 and under? Did I say that? Okay. Thomas is on Dallas here. And Mavericks and over here for Jerry. Blue is on the Mavs here in this one. Dimitri says take the points and the over here. And Thomas says Dallas is a consensus play. How about that? Okay. Well, I'm going to pivot then, and I'm going to go to the total. I got to go with the over here in this one with Dallas and New York tonight. Give me the over. I mean, come on. All these Dallas games are going over right now, so give me the over. Robert's on the Mavs as well. You guys are all over the Mavs in this one. I mean, the steam came in on the Knicks, so you guys are kind of going against that momentum for sure of the Sharps here this morning. Maybe, if anything, maybe there's a little bit of factor from the injury report, but you got, let's see here, what was it? Mitch Robb, questionable. McBride is out. I don't know if it's that peppered of an injury report. Caleb Martin, questionable for Dallas. All right. I'll just take the over here in this one. Next up, the Hawks will take on the Rockets. Here, the Rockets are favored by 8, and the total 234.5. Here in this one, Rockets, red glare here at this point. The Rockets have been hot. They did lose last time out. The Hawks have been hot too. They won 3 in a row, but Houston did lose to Denver the other night, 116 to 111. I had to go with the Rockets in that one, but the Nuggets were able to pull off that victory in that one as an upset on the road against Houston to snap their winning streak for Atlanta. They've won 3 in a row here over Charlotte, over Golden State, over Philadelphia. They covered all of those games. They were favored in 2 of them. They were favored over Charlotte and Philly, of course. 3-game win and cover streak here right now for the Atlanta Hawks. These two teams met their first meeting back in Atlanta on January 28th. It was 196 in favor of the Rockets as they got the win, but they were favored by 5, and the Hawks got the money in that one. 5 straight meetings between these two teams in Houston have gone over. Atlanta's gone over in 5 straight games on the road. Houston has won. As we said, they were on what was it, a 9-game winning streak there, but these two teams have gone over in 5 straight games at Houston. But Houston still just 17 and 19 to the under at home. It's really Atlanta that's the hardcore over team here. They're 20 and 15 to the over on the road, 24 and 19 to the over as an underdog. So let's go to the chat here a little bit in this one and see what you got when the Hawks take on the Rockets here tonight. All right, here we go. Did I miss some of the... Oh, I've got to scroll back here. I think I missed some of the plays here. Here we go. With Atlanta and Houston, I seem to have lost my place, you guys. Oh, thank you, Gorky's got some play. Oh, there's just no plays. There's no plays on this game, really. Here's Thomas on Atlanta, and Blue likes the Hawks. Okay. Well, all right. Not much from you guys here. This might be maybe it's a tough matchup or so here, but with that 230, is it still 235? I think it's 235, 7.5, and 235. Give it one more chance here. We got Ziggy on the Rockets here. Robert likes the over. Yeah, you like the over, don't you? But I'll take the Rockets here. I'll lay these points and take the Rockets at home to crush Atlanta. All right. Grizzlies and Jazz here in Utah tonight. Got the Jazz 10.5-point underdog. The total 240.5 in this one. All right, Memphis has won 4 out of the last 5 meetings between the two teams, but Memphis does come in on a 3-game losing streak right now. They got to find somebody they can beat. It feels like they really didn't look good at all against Sacramento, Portland, and the Clippers, failing to cover the spread. They're 2-8 against the spread their last 10 games. Overall, they are 18-15 against the spread on the road, 26-20 against the spread. As a favorite, the Jazz have covered 8 of the last 10 meetings between these two teams. Also, 13 of the last 14 years these two teams have met in Utah, the game has gone over. Memphis has won 4 out of the last 5 meetings between the two teams overall. Let's go to the chat a little bit in this one and see what you got, huh? Yeah, two teams that go over quite a bit this season. However, of late, both teams have played quite a few unders. Memphis is 24-11 to the over on the road, but they're 3-7 to the under in their last 10 games. Utah 37-31 to the over as a dog, but they're also 3-7 to the under in their last 10 games overall. Let's see what you've got here. When Memphis takes on Utah tonight. All right. Blue wants to make sure I'm ready to take a drink. Yeah, I'm feeling probably I'm probably 80%. Feeling the thought. I don't know why it's taking so long here. Maybe because I'm old. Jerry's got the Grizzlies in this one, and Justin here liking the under tonight. I know. Everything says under on my end as well. It's just, and look, I'm not as hot on a season series necessarily when you're talking about, um, you know, I will say like they wouldn't go over again. I mean, like I said, this has been a massive over series for the most part between these two teams, but back on, let's see here, back on March 12th, um, I'm showing some unders here. Hold on a second. No, I guess it demand 122, 115. Memphis got the win and cover. That was an under. Back in January 25th, it was 125 to 103, and that was an under. Yeah, these numbers might be wrong here, so I think that's going to be good because I don't necessarily like the over here at all in this game. So, okay, R. Thompson's on the under. Yeah, okay, see, I know Jerry talking about you always have to look at these Jazz injury. I don't know if you have to anymore, but Markkanen out, Collins out, Clarkson questionable. John Morant definitely out of this game. That probably is also factoring into some folks liking that under. Brandon Clark is out. I think the Brandon Clark injury, I didn't look into it too in depth, but I think it might be a little bit long term or at least a bit of a issue right now. Bagley is out of this game. Robert is on Memphis here in this one. Terrell says, yeah, look at that. 126 to 124 back in October there, he says, at Utah. That was definitely an over. Z likes the over as well. All right. I'm going to try Utah in this one, plus the 10 points. It's going to be enough to keep me involved. I'll take the dog here. Okay, we're cruising through here on the NBA schedule tonight. Let's go to the Thunder taking on the Kings. In this one, you got the Thunder on the road, favored by 10, and the total here 231. All right, let's take a look at these two teams right now with the Thunder, kind of talked about them here this week. Are they complacent here with their position? Yeah, they're still trying to clinch the number 1 seed overall, but man, they're kind of clear of that as well. The league's best team so far this season, big favorite here. And in fact, if anything, it's kind of moved here overnight, kind of a big number here, kind of getting away from the Kings a little bit, but you get some numbers here on this one of these two. The Thunder on a roll here, of course, right now. The long winning streak coming in. They do have guard Jalen Williams is questionable tonight. Chet Holmgren questionable as well. Uzame Dang is out. For the Kings here, Monk is questionable. Dougie McBucket's questionable as well. Carter is questionable here. Kings have lost 3 straight games coming into this one. The Kings lost to Boston, Milwaukee, and Chicago. Kind of a tough schedule there, but those were all home games. The Kings have been on a long homestand here for sure, but they have struggled here of late. They were favored in 2 of those 3 games and got blown out, of course, last night by the Boston Celtics. We had the Celtics to cover in that game as one of my high roller plays last night over at Tony's Picks, and you guys had them in the consensus play here as well. So see what you got here in this one. OKC, not only are they winning, they are covering every single game right now. They're unstoppable again, like they don't even realize they're the top seed. They don't even care. They got that take no prisoners attitude, it feels like. For OKC, they've covered 9 of their last 10. They're 21-12 against the spread on the road. Meanwhile, Sacramento 12-21 against the spread at home. Big contrast there. And let's see what you guys want to do here in this one tonight when the Thunder take on the Kings. Sacramento has actually won 7 of the last 8 meetings between the two teams here in Sacramento, going 6-2 against the spread in those games. So it's been a good series for Sacramento. Okay, here we go. Sacramento's gone over in 12 of their last 16 games at home. Oklahoma City over 38-29 as a favorite. Sacramento 15-8 to the over as a dog. The widely reported steam did come in on the over here up to 231, maybe even 231.5 here right now. Let's go to the chat. Thomas is on OKC. Here's blue, Thunder and under. R. Thompson's on the Thunder. Siggy likes the Kings here. Terrell says he likes the personnel matchup here for the Kings, and this one's still 10 points, man, against the Kings team that does, obviously not. They don't do a great job covering, but a lot of times these home games, against weaker teams, sometimes they are favored. But I think if anything, you got to look some bonuses in there tonight, so that's got to be a little bit of a big deal because it feels like if anybody's going to have the success that they need, it's going to be Sabonis and probably Keegan Murray as well there. So, and like I said, the Kings could really use Monk in there to try to distract SGA, I would think, a little bit because those are 2 good defensive guys. It feels like to me. Robert's on the over here in this one. All right, that might be it from you guys. I'm going to have to make my call. Here looks like a little bit of a split. No, mostly Thunder. But Ziggy was on the Kings. All right, I know what I like. I'm just kind of deciding between the 2 here. It feels like to me. So go ahead and give me Sacramento here tonight. I'm going to take these points at home. 10 points. I'm going to take the Kings. All right, last one up here is probably the game of the night. Outside of that Warriors Heat game, right? with the Cavaliers here on the road, favored by 6.5 total. 229. There we go. 229 here in this one. Portland's been the hotter team, obviously, coming in. Remember, Cleveland's been in a funk of late. And not only that, I mean, Cleveland's been on the longest road trip here, the 5 consecutive games now. They did win last time out against the Jazz and got the money. They favored by 16.5 and won. Snap that funk they were in when they started this road trip. For Portland here, they were hot, and they lost last time out to Boston, of course, the other night. 129. 129 to 116 is a 6.5 point underdog. And that snapped their winning streak. So let's see what you got here in this one before I take my break and hydrate. Cleveland's won 6 of the last 7 meetings between the two teams. Overall, Cleveland, despite that losing string, remember they were on that long winning streak kind of before that. Portland's won 4 of their last 5 games at home and 4 of their last 5 here against the number. No, 3 of the last 4 against the number, of course, with the loss to Boston. I'm going to the chat here right now and see what you got. All right. Thomas says, got to try the Cavs here. Ziggy's on the Blazers. R. Thompson is on the Blazers. Robert's on the under here in this one. The widely reported steam did come in on the over there a little bit. But looking at that spread right now, 6.5. When you're talking about the send out was 9, some books open at 8, and does seem like the move here has been on the Blazers a little bit. We know how hot they've been, and got Mitchell out of this game, right? If I'm not mistaken. And Jeremy Grant doubtful here for the Blazers. All right, I'll make my call, and then the basketball segment will be over, or at least the pro basketball segment will be over here. And I'm going to take tonight the Cleveland Cavaliers, Portland Trailblazers game to go under. That's my call. I'll take the under here in this one with Cleveland and Portland. I'll fade that steam tonight. Terrell says, what does he say? Portland has the backcourt to keep it close. So when you got no Spider, you got to go with the Portland cover here in this one. Yeah, for sure. I mean, usually with Mitchell in there, who can play a little bit of defense, could muster up some interference to Sharp and Simons, but maybe not tonight. All right. I'll take a quick second here, and we'll get to the hockey. Appreciate you guys there with the NBA. Maybe we need a little, like a commercial. Maybe I got to produce a commercial. Maybe I'll produce a commercial and bother you guys for more support for the picks, for the service. All right. Well, we got work to do here with this massive hockey card here tonight. Big hockey card in the NHL. And so let's take a look at some of these games here with starting it off. Uh-oh. Got to plug in over here real quick. Got to have all the stats at our disposal. There we go. The Flyers are on the road here against the Leafs tonight. We got some pretty lopsided money lines here for sure tonight with some of these games, including this one with the Leafs at home taking on the Flyers here. With I'm expecting Urson here for the Flyers and Stolars for the Leafs. Big losing streak, of course, right now for the Flyers. It doesn't look like they're going to get out of this funk anytime soon as they continue to get beat here. What are they, 1-8-1 in their last 10 games overall? Toronto 22-28 as a puck line favorite. Philadelphia 20-16 as a on the puck line on the road here. Stolars comes in with a 2.42 goals against, 14-8-3 record overall. Urson, 19-14 record, 3.0 goals against coming into this one, but still lopsided number here tonight with these two. Get all my notes here real quick and see what we can do with this one. Two teams met back in January in 2 games and 3 nights. Toronto won both of those games by just a 3-2 count in the first 2 meetings between the two teams this season. Those were one was in Toronto and one was in Philadelphia, but Toronto has won 6 straight games at home against Philadelphia right now. But also Toronto has gone over here in, let's see, 2 straight and 3 of their last 4. They're still 12-22 to the under at home this season. Philadelphia trending under a little bit here of late when they were on an under streak until they got blown out by Chicago last time out. But again, it's been disaster here of late for the Flyers. Still, Flyers have taken the action here today, actually. You look at the current line, it's down to 245 at Bet Online here. I don't know if it's too big of a move, but the widely reported steam did come in on Philadelphia here. It also came in on the over right now, but we're still looking at a 5. I got to update that line, though. I don't think that's 5.5. 5.5 pretty much everywhere. Maybe shaded to the over here a little bit, but also I'm showing Bet Online 5.5 under 13. All right, let me go to the chat here in this one. I mean, look, some of these lopsided numbers here today. We'll have to see what we're going to do, but I want to get your opinion here in this one. Let me go to the chat. All right. Hello to Old E today. Nice to see you. Blue is on the Leafs. I'm sure it might be a lot of Leafs here, but looks like he's on the Flyers here. And Joe T's got his plays here. Let's take a look at some of these. All right, he's got Ottawa and Buffalo game to go over for Joe. All right, what else? He got Pittsburgh and Tampa Bay game to go over here in this one. And he's got Philadelphia and Toronto game to go. Oh, he's got all these overs here. We should give this guy like a nickname or something. He's got Montreal and St. Louis. He might as well take the Grand Salami over today, the way Joe's going here. He's got 4 overs on this card. Well, if he's got the over in the, well, I might have to save this one now because I kind of like the over too, but maybe my numbers kind of lean to the Flyers on the puck line here, despite this awful string they're on right now. But the move is on the Flyers here slightly. All right. I'm taking the Flyers plus a goal and a half here tonight. Our Tom's likes the over. Billy Eagle Flyer likes the over. And I'm going to take the Flyers on the puck line here. Take a look at that line here real quick. Sure, it's just about pick 'em or so. minus $1.25. So yeah, let me make my pick on the show. I'm taking the Flyers today over the Leafs, at least on the puck line. Next up is Pittsburgh taking on the Lightning here. Well, you got a 270 favorite here in this one. Now the Lightning did take the steam here in this one over the Penguins today. So 275, 6.5 under 25, maybe 6 over here at a lot of spots as well. Kind of pick and choose which one you like. If you're playing it, like I said, Joe liked the over. So what did he say? Did he say over? I'm sure he said over 6. Pittsburgh, Tampa, 6 over 20 is what Joe said in this game. So let's break down a little bit here with these two, with Pittsburgh and Tampa Bay. All right. For the Lightning here, they've lost 2 straight coming in. They lost to VGK and to Utah, but they returned home here after a 3-game road trip. For the Pens here, they come in off of a loss to Florida, 4-3. They've been playing pretty well of late here. Pittsburgh 5-3-2 in their last 10 games overall. We know Tampa Bay, how solid they are at home, 24-8 straight up. They are 19-15 on the puck line at home. Pittsburgh 30-25 as a puck line dog. Tampa's gone over in 11 of the last 12 meetings between these two teams, win coming in off of a road loss like they are in that game against VGK. See what you guys like in this contest. Pittsburgh and Tampa Bay here tonight. Two teams met back on January 12th. It was 5-2. Tampa Bay got the win on the road. They also won at Pittsburgh back in November, 3-2. So Tampa got the win on the road in both of the first 2 meetings, and now they're laying another big number here in this one. Tampa Bay's won 8 of their last 9 games at home. They've also covered the puck line in 6 of their last 8 games at home. Pittsburgh, though, 6-1 on the puck line in their last 7 games overall. Pittsburgh has gone over in 5 straight games coming into this one. But Tampa is 13-19 to the under at home. And here comes the chat. Might have a couple of plays here. Irish King likes the puck line here in this one for the Leafs. And Ziggy likes the over here in this one. He likes it with Joe there. Give me Tampa Bay tonight to blow out Pittsburgh. I'll take the Leafs in this one. All right, next up here is the Senators taking on the Sabres. In this one, you got the Senators, a road favorite here, $1.50 the total, 6.5 under 25, maybe 6 over 20, 6 over 15 listed there on screen. Both teams coming in off of a win here. Buffalo beat Winnipeg on the road last time out, 5-3 a couple of nights ago. For Ottawa here, they did beat New Jersey on the road 3-2 last time out. A little bit of a tough travel schedule here of late for Ottawa. They played they played Montreal and Toronto on the road, came home to play Colorado, now over to New Jersey. So see what they do here. These two teams met back in January. Buffalo got the win 4-0. However, back in November, Buffalo won at home 5-1. So Buffalo has had the Senators' number this season and in general of late. This has actually been a pretty good series for Buffalo. Of course, Buffalo in last place in the Eastern Conference right now. Siri, I'm not talking to you. Ottawa's gone over in 8 of their last 10 games on the road. Buffalo 22-9 to the over at home, but Ottawa 14-20 to the under on the road. See if you guys have anything here in this. Ziggy likes the over. It looks like here with Joe. Ziggy and Joe on the over for sure here, but nothing else really from the chat. Maybe because not the best game, I guess, with Buffalo here, but see what you guys like in this one. Robert on the over. Here's Senators and under for Philly Eagle Flyer. Remember, Ottawa was on that big-time streak, and they lost a couple of games, so they were able to bounce back here. Our Tops likes the Sabres here in this one, and I'm actually going to agree with our Tops. Give me the Sabres here tonight, plus a little bit of plus money against Ottawa here. Predators take on the Hurricanes in this one. Got another big favorite here, 285. Carolina took some big-time steam here just as we were coming on the air. They were as low as, 245 or so, I think, on some of these openers. DraftKings open 245. We're up to 285 here right now, and we must be getting almost to April with some of these numbers. Where did March go, you guys? Total here, 5.5. Over 20 in this one. Carolina's been hot. We know that. They were on a winning streak. They did have that winning streak stopped when they lost to the Kings 7-2, but they bounced back and beat Anaheim. So Carolina's been hot. They're getting hot. Nashville, you know how bad they've been this season, but they did beat Toronto there a couple of nights ago and then followed it up the next night with a loss on the back-to-back to St. Louis here. But, man, this is a big price here again. In this one between these two teams, Nashville did win 5-2 at home back in December in the first meeting also. Carolina had won in October 5-3, I believe. Let's see what's going on with some of the trends here in this one with with Nashville and Carolina here. And see what you guys have. Carolina has 5 straight wins here at home. They've won 9 of their last 10 games. Overall, Nashville's gone under in 5 of their last 6 games on the road and 7 of their last 8 games overall coming into this one. All right, I'm going to the chat here right now. Carolina's also covered 6 straight puck lines coming in. All right, Ziggy's on the Predators on the puck line, and our Tops also Predators on the puck line. I agree. I'm going to try the Predators here on the puck line against mighty Carolina. Big move on Carolina. Yeah, they took the steam here in this one, but let me try the Predators here tonight. I just can't fathom some of these big lines here is what I guess I'm feeling. At this point, I'm trying Nashville here. Irish King says, lay it with Carolina. Don't worry about it. Next up's the Golden Knights taking on the Canadians here. You got the Golden Knights. Big road favorites, $1.90, 5.5 over. 5.5 over at -115. I think we've seen a little bit of a shift here with this total. Over's favored everywhere there. So a little bit of a move here to the over, but hasn't necessarily been steamy here in this one. In fact, if anything, it's been steam play. Oh, what do I have? Why do I have Canadians? Probably because I couldn't read or something. Wait a minute, what's going on here? Okay, sorry about that. We know they're playing the Wild. Sorry about that, you guys. We have the right goalie. We have right everything up there pretty much. So there we go. Now we can talk about it. Because Minnesota's been pretty hot too. Vegas comes in on a 3-game winning streak in this one. Meanwhile, Minnesota's won 3 of their last 4 games. They did lose to Dallas, however, last night. Just got some NBA steam here coming in right now. And in that big game tonight between the Warriors and the Heat, we're seeing the steam come in. And look, I said go under in the game, and here it comes right now. This thing's going to be heading south of 216, it looks like here right now, with the Warriors and the Heat tonight. We've got some steam coming in on the under in this one between the Warriors and the Heat right now, as this one's going to 216 or lower here, possibly. Warriors and Heat steam to the under right now. All right, let's talk about this one with Vegas and their 3-game winning streak. They beat Boston, Detroit, and Tampa Bay coming in right now. Vegas 37-21 as a favorite this season. Minnesota 15-19 as an underdog. Vegas is 32-26 as a puck line favorite. Meanwhile, Minnesota just 13-22 on the puck line at home this season. Vegas has won 7 of the last 8 meetings between these two teams coming in, including 4 of the last 5 meetings here in Minnesota. Minnesota's gone under in 8 of their last 9 games overall. They've also gone under in 8 of their last 9 games at home here this season. Let's go to the chat here with these two. Minnesota 12-22 to the under at home this season overall. And let's see what we got here. I think Ziggy's going on the under here in this one. Philly Eagle Flyer. Let's see, he's talking us a couple of games here. Thank you, Philly Eagle Flyer. All right. Maybe not much from the crew here in this one. Vegas laying this big number on the road. Makes it a little bit tricky here if you want to lay a puck line or whatever, but all right. I'm probably still going to have to take the Knights here in this one. I'm just contemplating whether or not I can stand taking the puck line here on the road. I'm not sure I can, but Johnny likes the Golden Knights here. He does like the Golden Knights on the puck line. I do too, I think. And Irish King says can't overlook the, that you got Fleury here, playing for the Wild tonight against his old team there. All right. Well, I got to make my call here. This one, look, the Steam actually came in. What is the current line here? The Steam actually came in on the Wild here, but that's still $1.80 at Bet Online. All right. I'm going to take Vegas on the money line. Not going to see me lay this one too much, but my numbers are so close, and I do like the total as a premium. So I'm going to just take Vegas on the money line, $1.90, $1.80, whatever I can get it down to here. I'm gonna try Vegas. Hopefully that's okay tonight. Right, Irish King, you got it. There it is, right there. The back-to-back. Yep. I think that was kind of the determining factor. Look, I kind of agreed with the Steam necessarily, but the numbers just don't shake out for me here. So I'm going to take Vegas as a big favorite tonight. Just try not to do that, but hey, you can only do so much with what they give us, and I'm going to take the Knights. There's the Canadians there. We got this one, right? The Canadians and the Blues here. A good season for the Canadians, but we know who the hottest team in hockey is right now. It's the St. Louis Blues of this long winning streak, man. Coming out of the Four Nations Cup, Bennington has been terrific. Of course, kind of kept it up there. He's been so solid, and so have the Blues. So hot right now are these Blues. Really a lot of momentum. Coming in with this impressive winning streak here right now. They're 8-1-1 over the last 10 games. Montreal's done a nice job too. They're 5-1-4 in their last 10 games overall, but 5-2-4. Let me see here. Might be 5. Yeah, 5-1-4 in their last 10 games, but they do have 2 losses here. Against Colorado at home last time out, and the Islanders before that. But man, they are hanging in there. They're underdogs every time, but they are covering puck lines like nobody's business right now. Are the Montreal Canadiens, and they're 40-20 as a puck line underdog. Really terrific. But they're going up against this hot team. We saw Joe say he liked the over in this one. We know Montreal's been an over on the road, 19-13 to the over on the road. St. Louis, meanwhile, 13-9 to the over as a favorite. The two teams have played overs here for, like Joe said, I mean, the season series between the two teams has just been a massive over when these two teams meet. It's just that they only meet twice a year. They met back in October. It was 5-2. Montreal got the win at home in that one. See what you guys have here. It's kind of interesting matchup tonight when the Canadiens take on the Blues here in Minnesota. Let's go to the chat here real quick and see what you got. And it's going to be, whoops. I think the Legal Flyer likes the over here in this one. Ziggy likes the over here, and the Blues going over for our Toms. Everybody likes the over for sure in this one. All right, since everybody's on the over here, Team Steam consensus, I'm gonna pivot, I guess, to Montreal here. I think I'm going to be on Montreal. Let me take a peek here. I'm going to try them to snap this hot streak here right now. Give me Montreal straight up tonight against the Blues. Go Habs. The Caps are against the Jets here. This has got to be the game of the night, I would think, right? With the Caps here and the Jets, two of the best records in the league right now. And you got the Capitals here, red hot again, 4 straight wins. Winnipeg's actually lost 2 of 3 coming in. They lost last time out to Buffalo 5-3 after beating Edmonton on the road. For Washington here, it's a 4-game winning streak over San Jose, Detroit, Florida, and Philadelphia. They were at home for the last 3 games, so they hit the road here right now, but they're on a hot streak, 9-1 the last 10 overall. But Winnipeg 25-6 at home this season. Washington, however, 19-10 as an underdog this season. Good game here tonight with these two. I'm showing Thompson and Hellebuck here, likely matchup. Hellebuck, just a 2.06 goals against, been really solid this season. 92.5% save percentage. Lindgren is listed on some of the sites, but I'm expecting Thompson here in this matchup. Let's go to the chat a little bit and see what you got here with these two hot teams tonight. Winnipeg is 7-2 at home in their last 9 games overall. Winnipeg's gone under in 4 of their last 5 games at home. Winnipeg 14-19 to the under at home. Washington 11-16 to the under as an underdog. Winnipeg here. Let's see what you got. Washington kind of struggles a little bit as a dog. I mean, it's not struggling at all, but they have lost in some situations similar to this when they are an underdog. And they, right now they're not an underdog that frequently at this point. But all right, nothing from the chat here in this one. So, okay, I'll just make my call here. Oh, no, there we go. R. Thompson's on the Jets. Oh, Ziggy's on the under here, it looks like, in this one. Okay. All right, I think I'm ready to go here, and I'm going to take the Winnipeg Jets. Give me the Jets tonight to win over Washington. The two teams met back in February, and it was 5-4. Winnipeg got the win on the road, and I'll take them here tonight at home. The Red Wings are taking on the Avalanche here, and you got the Avalanche, another big favorite, here up to 285. Is that right? 290 at some spots. We've definitely seen this one go up from an opener of close to what 265 or so. We could see it go to $3 here at some books right now. Big favorite, of course, the Avalanche. Why not? They won the first meeting back in December 2-1 on the road at Detroit. Detroit comes in off of a win at Utah last night, but they got to come in here to Colorado today. 2 games in a little bit of a tough setting, certainly, but they did crush last night at Utah to kind of get off the snide a little bit, even though they've also beat Vegas recently 3-0. So they've had a couple of nice wins here despite their woes of late. Meanwhile, Colorado is on a 2-game winning streak, wins over Ottawa and Montreal on the road. They've been pretty hot here of late. Have the abs. So get your plays, get your opinions ready here. Colorado has won the last 5 meetings between these 2 teams overall. Is that right? Or no, at home anyway. They beat them in 5 straight. Also, all those games did go over when they met here in Colorado. All right, let's see what you guys have in this one. Red Wings and Avalanche here. Good morning to Keith, each and every stride. Irish King likes the Avs to win this one. 4-2 exact score line. Ziggy is going with the Avalanche. So is Blue. Our Toms likes the Avs here to roll in this one against Detroit. And I don't know if I could disagree with him. Philly Eagle Flyer says take the trifecta Avs team total over here. All right, I'll get ready to make my call here in this one between Colorado. Okay, I want to really take Colorado. Probably it's just a matter of kind of want to roll with them as a premium, I think, in this one. So just give them to me. I guess I spilled the beans there a little bit. Give me Colorado on the puck line. I like Colorado. There are plenty of games today. I'll find some premium picks out there to send out. Try to keep my decent streak going here right now in hockey. All right, here's Irish King. He likes the Abs in a single game parlay. Money line, puck line, plus team total over, plus an end time goal from who? Irish King. Who's going to get that ATG? I hope he's typing it in right now before we miss the next game. All right. Oh, and let's see. Thomas says he was able to list Avalanche as number 4 consensus. Okay. I imagine that's puck line. We got to go puck line, Thomas. Everyone knows taking the puck line here. All right. We'll take him Avalanche to roll here in this one. All right, a couple more here on the ice. We're making good time here today. And I want to watch some tennis this morning. Want to watch these matches coming up. The action in Miami really has been pretty good for sure. And so by the way, so we may get out a tennis package, but I thought the tennis plays we sent out last night were pretty good for sure yesterday. If you're on the free picks, we had Jesse Pegula over Kostyuk. We also had Svitolina plus those games against Iga Swiatek, and she covered those numbers, so losing by just 4 games. We said take Svitolina plus 4.5 against Iga, and we also had Alex Demonauer over João Fonseca last night on the men's side for a 3-0 night with my tennis plays. Now we did have Iala over Badosa, but Badosa had it was a walkover. We didn't get a credit for that one, but Iala has stunned her way into the semifinals here in Miami. What a tournament for her. Look, we're talking about she's got to take on Iga here, and she, a $12 dog basically in the match against Iga, but still, what a tournament. I've mentioned it before for Alexandra Iala, the I don't know, no other way to say it. She's got to be the greatest female tennis player ever out of the Philippines, and she's just beginning her career, basically. So we got big things for Alexandra Ayala here. All right, let's see. Blue like the Red Wings in that game. All right. Oh, and Tex liked he had Bees in that one, and Bees taking on Sasha Zverev tonight. He's a 240 dog. Other matches on the men's side, toss up here with Mahach and Mensik tonight. Another close match. ADM's going to take on Berrettini. You got Novak going up against Musetti, the $3 favorite. Taylor Fritz is a big favorite over Adam Walton, but what a performance Walton has had here this week as well. And the other match we did not mention, I think, Korda taking on Monfils here, closely rated match. Korda favored at noon Eastern. Also on the women's side today, I think we mentioned, I think we mentioned them all. All right, a couple more here on the ice, right, with Seattle here taking on the Flames on the road. In this one, you've got Seattle and Underdog. Flames are $1.35 here. They're on a 3-game winning streak. The total, so maybe 5.5 flat or so. In this one, Seattle's lost 2 straight coming into this one on the road here to Edmonton and Minnesota after they started the trip with a win over Chicago, but they've lost 2 straight here right now. For Calgary, they've won 3 straight over the Rangers, over New Jersey, over the Islanders on the road. They're home for the first time after that Eastern swing, but man, they were hot there, and hey, we had them there a couple times, if I'm not mistaken, or once for sure on the win, but Flames here at home with Wolf expected in net here, going up against Joey Decord in this one. For Dustin Wolf, a 23-14 record, a 2.63 goals against. Man, he's going to be good, isn't he? So he's good now, but Decord, 23-19, a 2.76 goals against average. Had a pretty fine season for sure here. Let me see if there's been any confirmations real quick in the NHL before we kind of wrap it up here. Buffalo here will have Reimer, it looks like, in goal. We talked about that game earlier, and we had Lukin enlisted, but Reimer is the likely goalie here today. For Buffalo, look, Ron Buffalo, I'm okay with that. Reimer doesn't have a great win-loss record, but a 3.0 goals against average. Vasilevsky is likely to be in there today for Tampa Bay. Sam, we know Sam was in there for Montreal. That we've known that for a day. Talbot is likely to go in that game for the Red Wings, and I think that's all we have so far for the confirmed goalies here. Let's look at some of the numbers in this one between Kraken and the Flames. Seattle's won 4 of the last 5 meetings here in Calgary between the two teams. 4 of the last 5 meetings between the teams overall have gone under. Calgary's gone over in 5 of their last 6 games. Overall, and the Kraken have covered the puck line in 5 of the last 6 meetings here in Calgary. Seattle is just 14-21 on the road, 17-30 as an underdog. Calgary 16-7 as a favorite, 18-11 at home in this one. Laying an interesting price here, it feels like to me. Let's see what you got with this one between Seattle and Calgary here tonight. Now, these Calgary games in the in Pacific Division play, man, I mean, it's still going on, right? I mean, 15 of the last 16 division games for Calgary have gone under. They're 8-15 to the under as a favorite. Seattle, they kind of play over on the road, but they are 20-25 to the under as a dog. This is usually an underdog series between the two teams. In fact, the underdogs won 7 of the last 8 meetings between the two teams, and the underdogs covered the puck line in this series in 10 straight games. Boy, this one's got 3-2 written all over it. See what you got here in this one. I think Ziggy's going, oh, let's see here. Tech says Mahach today might be the guy. Ziggy's on the under. Our Thompson's on the Flames here. Philly Eagle Flyer says first period full game draw in this one. Now we're back to, man, Philly Eagle Flyer. We're really glad to miss you when you're gone. Here's Irish King, Calgary money line, team total over blue. I think likes the over la-do-dee-da-do-die in this one. All right. Well, let me look at this real quick because I really like the side here, but I'm not sure. I'm not confident on the total. And that's kind of been my issue here with this one. All right. I got to take the Calgary Flames at this price. Give me Calgary here. They're the hot team, right, coming in for the most part, and this is a manageable number. I've got to take Calgary, even if it's a dog series, road dog series. It feels like I've got Calgary. All right, one more on the ice, and we'll preview 4 games here. All right, here we go. The Rangers and the Kings. Here in this one, the Kings are $1.75. Maybe $1.65 now. Kings have won 3 straight. The Rangers here with Shesterkin going up against Kemper. The Kings have won 3 in a row over Chicago, Carolina, and Boston coming in. This is the 3rd game of the homestand for the Kings. The Rangers just coming in off of a homestand. This is their first game here on the road. They're coming in off of a win over Vancouver. That snapped a 3-game losing streak coming in. The Rangers just 7-16 as an underdog this season. The Kings with that NHL best 25-3 record on home ice coming in. So let's see what you like here in this one between the Rangers and the Kings. The two teams met back in December for their first meeting. The Kings won it on the road 5-1. The Kings have won 8 of their last 9, 5 straight at home. The Rangers, however, have covered the puck line in this series in 4 of the last 5 meetings. The Rangers also 5-1 on the puck line on the road in their last 6 games, although last road game was on March 15th. They beat Columbus 4-0. Let's see here what you like in this one between the Rangers and my Kings. Rangers have gone under in 5 straight. But the Kings don't lose at home. We know that. Blues on the under. And our Tomps likes the Kings. I like the side and the total here. Let me see what we can do. Probably just end up with this big favorite. All right. Give me the Kings tonight. I'm going to just lay this money line here. Like I said, I think it's down to $1.65 or so. $1.60 at Bovada. I'll take the Kings just on the money line here in this one. All right. That's it for hockey. Thank you, everybody. We've got 4 games in college basketball today. Really appreciate you joining me here on the Morning Steam Show. We got almost 100 of you in here right now. And Billy Eagle Flyer here. He's got Kings, Avs, Vegas, Leafs, parlay. How about it? All right. We've got 4 games in college basketball. I'm going to go in chronological order, but I'll tell you which tournaments are being represented in those games. We're going to have 2 games at 9 Eastern, and then 2 games 2 games at 7 Eastern, then 2 games at 9 Eastern. In the NIT and CBI tournaments, let's go to Chattanooga here, taking on Bradley in this one. And this one is in the NIT here with, give this Get my basketball up here. All right. Quarterfinal action in the NIT here with Chattanooga taking on Bradley here. Oops. So just to keep it clear where we're at here in this one with with the tournament here between these two. You know, this year the tournament will be played in Indianapolis when they get to the next round. So this is the Dayton Regional, but the game is being played at Bradley. It says versus there on what I'm thinking of. Should be at Bradley, of course. There we go. Bradley, a 3.5 point favorite here in this one. Bradley with wins over North Alabama and George Mason. They got the money in both of those. Chattanooga's been a terrific spread team so far this season. 7-2 as an underdog, 11-4 against the spread on the road. We tried to go against Chattanooga, I think, in that Dayton game, but Chattanooga was all over them in that one. They beat Middle 109-103, and they beat Dayton 87-72 to reach the quarters here. Total currently is at 153.5. Let me update that a little bit. I will say this: the widely reported steam came in on the over in every single game. So it's just not me talking about these overs game in and game out right now. We're seeing Chattanooga went over in their first two games. Bradley went over in their last game. Although their first game, that North Alabama game wasn't under. But no doubt the steam has been on the over in every game tonight in both tournaments, no doubt about it. So, all right, let's see what you got here in this one. Chattanooga, a great underdog, like I said here, but Bradley's won 12 straight games at home coming off of a road win. So what do you like here with this tournament action in the NIT? And I'll go to the chat to see what you got here. All right, and we've got, what do we got, Joe, here? Let's see. Okay, thank you, Joe. I see that there. All right, here's Thomas on Chattanooga. Thank you, Blue. Great job. Thank you. And Philly Eagle Flyer on to his baseball homework. Yeah, I will say this, as much as I looked at the colleges, this was a busy card, but I did spend a lot of time yesterday on the baseball, getting everything ready to go. For sure. And there's Mikey's already hitting and scoring here with Cutter. Both teams to score there. They're underway in all these games right now in the World Cup qualifiers, or not all of them, but the ones that we were talking about here. Qatar and Kyrgyzstan is 1-1 in the second half. Indonesia leads Bahrain 1-0 in the second half. And again, a lot of games today. If you want to take a chance on these World Cup qualifiers, we're just getting rolling here a little bit. All right. Chattanooga and Bradley. Maybe I'll make a pick here in this game. And you know where I'm heading in a lot of these, but right now for this, I'll take Chattanooga here plus these points. But, you know I've been hitting these totals for sure. So give me the Chattanooga Mocs here, plus the points today against Bradley Braves. And the coaching carousel, obviously I neglected, maybe on the monologue, we could have covered some of the coaching carousel. We hired a coach here in Las Vegas yesterday, Josh Pastner, takes over here with the Rebels. So It was met with a little bit of hot and cold reaction for sure, but it seems like a pretty decent move actually for the Rebels, and we saw some other moves out there as well. Okay, next up, nothing from you guys in college basketball, so maybe I'll just run through these real quick and then we'll end the show. We're going back to the CBI. This is for the early game here in this one with Illinois State on the favorite here. We're into Daytona Beach, of course, here in this one. We made it to ESPNU now here finally in the CBI, I believe, with the Incarnate Word coming into this one with wins over Manhattan and Jacksonville. They covered the spread in both of those for Illinois State. They just played one game to get to this point as they beat Presby 78-70. Coming into this one for Incarnate Word, they are 8-6 against the spread as an underdog, but Illinois State 6-10 against the spread as a favorite. Ooh. See what you like here in this one with this matchup today between Illinois State and Incarnate Word. Here, I'm going to take Illinois State and lay these points. Give me the Redbirds in this one. I'll lay the favorite here against Incarnate Word. Illinois State's been a big time over for sure this season. They're 20-12 to the over. However, just 9-7 to the over as a favorite. Contrast that with Incarnate Word. 12-16 to the under, 6-8 to the under as an underdog. So nothing from you guys. I'll take Illinois State. A couple more here. North Texas and Oklahoma State with game 2 of the NIT action here tonight. This is a quarterfinal matchup in Stillwater. So I blew it again there. Have to take that into consideration here. There you go. Oklahoma State's at home in this one, favored by 1.5. Oklahoma State 7-5 against the spread as a favorite. North Texas 7-4-1 against the spread on the road. North Texas 5-1 to the under as an underdog this season. Oklahoma State here 8-4 the over as a favorite, but it's been mostly over so far for sure in the NIT. Oh, here we got a couple of opinions here from you guys. Let's see what you got. All right. Thomas says, why do you think they're not playing in North Texas? That's an interesting point there, actually, Thomas. And let me see if I have that. The one thing with this tournament, it's not our dad's NIT. I mean, I think a lot of that had to do with just how fast they could get the field together and get everything in position, because we're not seeing the same type of, tournament as in years past. We know that. And there are so many different qualification, remember, this is a tournament where I want to say there were 12 teams declined bids to the NIT, I think is what happened here. And so I'm not sure why. I mean, we know, I know what you're saying, because Oklahoma State is the 4th seed in this tournament, in this bracket, and North Texas is the 2nd seed. Oh, okay. I do have it now. Okay. So you're not going to believe this, but thank you, Thomas, for turning me on to this, making me figure this out. North Texas is playing this game. You're not going to believe this, because there is a faculty staff appreciation luncheon, and there's the American Dance and Drill Team Nationals that are already taking place at North Texas. So much more important events going on, a dance team practice. This is what's going on with this tournament. So, all right, here's Thomas on Oklahoma State. Art Thompson's on the over. I'm not making it up. I'm reading it right here on my screen. When you said it, I looked it up. When you said that, I said I better look this up for Thomas and see what's going on. So, hey, North Texas, you got to hit the road and play this game. Maybe I'll take North Texas because of that. Yeah, and it wasn't necessarily the record itself. Like I said, they are the North Texas is the 2 seed, and Oklahoma State is the 4 seed coming into this one. So, okay, thanks for saying that. That's funny, Thomas. All right, Abel on Oklahoma State. You guys are on Oklahoma. We might have a consensus play here. Oh no, Art Thompson's on the over. Okay, almost though, almost. We got Thomas on Oklahoma State and Abel on Oklahoma State. We got Art Thompson on the over, of course, in this one. Now, the interesting thing to note about North Texas, obviously, we know they are known for their unders, but again, this tournament itself has just been such a solid over here, and I think that actually did mess up. Look, I got to run the numbers again here on the game now because of that. I think I screwed up, so I don't want to give out the wrong play here necessarily. I wasn't too worried about the locale when I was thinking about that total. Certainly with this matchup, even like I said, even though we know North Texas was known for their unders, and they always are. They're a low scoring team. They'll slow you down, but hasn't really mattered too much in this tournament for sure. North Texas played Arkansas State and did get the win. It did go under in their other game. Oklahoma State, meanwhile, over SMU 85-83. Yeah, we had the over there in that one for sure. They were 8.5-point dogs and they won the game. So, all right. In this one, man, this one's tough. This one's tough for me. I don't like this game. All right, North Texas hasn't been covering too well coming into this one. I'm going to go ahead and take the Cowpokes here. I'm sure North Texas has a little bit of more motivation being the smaller school, but nothing from you guys. I'll take Oklahoma State. It's having my least confident play on the card. One more here at Florida Gulf Coast, taking on Cleveland State. Thomas's Cleveland State Vikings here in this one with Cleveland State favored by 3.5. This one is a neutral site game, of course, at the CBI semifinals here in Daytona Beach. I said earlier that, 9:30 Eastern, 6:30 Pacific. Cleveland State's up to a 4.5-point favorite, maybe even 5 now at some spots, and the total here 139. Total's actually gone down a little bit in this matchup, but the total of the game is up to 4.5 or 5 here right now with Cleveland State here tonight. So a pretty big move here actually in this one. Let's see what you got with these two. And I'll get my play. We'll do the drawing, and then we'll get out of here in this one today. Thank you for joining me on the Morning Steam Show. Go ahead and make sure you guys type something in the chat if you want to win the drawing. All right, a couple numbers here, though, for you on this one. Cleveland State comes in just 3-7 against the spread in their last 10 games overall. Gulf Coast comes in 6-5 against the spread as a dog. But I will say this: Gulf Coast 8-3 to the over as an underdog. However, Cleveland State 3-13 to the under as a favorite. Maybe that has something to do with it. But the widely reported team did come in on the over in this game. Let's see what you guys have. I know for me, I'm going to take Gulf Coast here in this one. Give me Florida Gulf Coast plus the points, and let's wrap up the show. Tar Tom's Gulf Coast, Abel Gulf Coast. Thomas says, I got to take Cleveland State in this one. They'll be up for it. All right, that's going to do it for the show. And appreciate everyone joining me here today on the morning steam. Hopefully, you got some great winners out there. You can get more plays from me here today when you go over to winnable.com/Ramon. Pick up my plays for the action tonight in college basketball. NBA, NHL for sure. We'll have pretty big cards there. And I think on the free subscription, we got to roll some more tennis action here today and tonight, the way we've been going there on the courts in Miami. It's such a unique venue, isn't it? Playing the tournament inside the Hard Rock. We know most of the tournaments outside, but the big matches are played inside the Hard Rock Stadium in that makeshift court. Really cool venue for one of the best tournaments in the country for sure, year in and year out at the Miami Open. So check me out over at winnable.com/Ramon. Make sure you subscribe for 56 cents a day and help contribute. Hey, that measly pepperoni pizza cost me $26 yesterday. So I just spent my whole earnings that you guys gave me yesterday on a pizza. So you better subscribe over there. Click the QR code in the lower right-hand corner of the screen so I can get another one here today or whatever I'm going to do. Really appreciate you guys joining me here today on the show, and we'll be back tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern and 6 Pacific. But don't forget, later on, I'm going to be back here in just about 4 hours for VB MMA picks. We're going to preview UFC Mexico City tonight. UFC Mexico City. VB MMA picks is sponsored by SXBet, the world's largest blockchain betting exchange. We're going to preview the fight between Brandon Moreno, my man out of Tijuana. Fights out of Las Vegas. He's going up against Steve Erceg out of Australia. Top 8 contender flyweights here this weekend with the UFC. So make sure you join us today at 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific. VB and his guest analyst will preview 3 fights and talk about the card for UFC Mexico City on Saturday, March 29th. So please check us out later today with that. Let's get the drawing going and get ready to get out of here. Type in something there. Oh, I kind of got away from it there a little bit, but let's roll the thing here and see who wins here with the drawing and who's going to get it. It's going to be, of course, Philly Eagle Flyer here today. Thank you, Philly Eagle Flyer. Thank you to everybody for joining me here on the show today. We're back. Where am I? There I am. At 4 p.m. tonight. So really 3 p.m. Tonight and noon Eastern. Don't forget to join Mikey Money at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 Pacific for pre-gaming. Mikey will get you ready for the primetime action, the NBA and NHL and college basketball with his picks as well. So make sure you join Mikey there. So we got some nice programming here today on the Sports Money Network. All right. Really appreciate you guys, and we'll be back tomorrow as well at 9 a.m. Eastern and 6 Pacific. Thank you to everyone in the chat. Thomas has got those plays up there, and I really appreciate you guys. All right, for the Sports Money Network, I'm Ramon Scott. So long.
Cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steal. What? Ramon Scott, sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money.